Hello, Bausch here from the Howling Wolves, and welcome to our quick guide on how to get the Hivemind mount. This is the puzzle mount from back in Legion, which is still obtainable today. So, first things first, before you can even start doing the puzzles, you need a neck called the Talisman of True Treasure Tracking, and this is over in Shatarath in Outland. There's a troll there, a troll vendor, and you can buy the neck from him for a couple of gold. So make sure you get the neck first. Otherwise you can't even take part in the puzzles. So now that you've got your neck, it's time to do the first puzzle. There are 4 different coloured monocles to obtain. That's the blue, yellow, red and green monocle. You do not need all 4 monocles, but it might be a good idea to get all 4 to keep in your bank, and you can help other people in the future. But for now, just focus on getting 1 colour. And then you need to find 4 other people to help you out with the puzzle who also have a different colour each. So basically you need a group of 5 people, including yourself, with 4 different coloured monocles each. I know there's 4 monocles and I'm asking you for 5 people. Just forget the 5th person for now. Just make sure you got a group of 5 people with a coloured monocle each. So that's the green, blue, red and yellow monocle each. Now unfortunately I can't show you myself how to get these monocles, as the video would take too long. Some of the monocles do take a while to get. So what I have done is put in the description below a Wowhead guide on how to get these monocles. Or you could just search on YouTube. There are other people that have done guides on how to get these monocles. They're pretty easy to follow, so I recommend you do that. So once you've got your group, I do recommend you have some sort of Discord chat or any other chatting software. As some of these puzzles, they do require a lot of talking, and if you're not in the chat, you're going to be doing a lot of typing. It's not completely undoable without Discord, but it would just make the thing a lot easier. So all of you need to head over to Suramar, and there are 4 different withered NPCs that you need to go to. So the blue one needs to go to the blue marker, the red one needs to go to the red marker, and etc, etc. The 5th person of the group, they need to head to the door marked on the map. It's this building right here. Just head through this door, take a left up the stairs, take a right, right again, and on your right you'll see a doorway with 4 different colours. So here I am at the blue NPC, and I've got 3 other people at the other colours. I've got 1 person waiting outside the door, and what we need to do is every time we get this NPC down to 0 health, he will regen using a cast. And when he's at 0 health, the coloured light on the door, so in my case the blue line, will disappear. We need to get all 4 NPCs down to 0 at the same time, which is why I said Discord would be a lot easier. The NPC is neutral at the moment. This is because I don't have my monocle equipped. Make sure you got your neck and the correct colour. So I'll put my blue monocle on now. As you can see, he's aggressive now. I'm going to get him down to a low health, maybe 5-10%. An easy health to one-shot him. Make sure everyone else is ready at a low health with their NPCs. And then do a countdown, kill all the NPCs, and then the person outside the door will need to get into the room quick before the NPCs finish their cast. Okay, all 4 NPCs are at a low health. We're going to do a countdown. I'm going to get him down to 0 as quick as I can. There we go, he's drawing energy, which means the door's open. Once he gets to 100% health, the light will come back on, and the person waiting outside the door can't get in the room, so we'd have to do it again. But in this case, all the NPCs were down at the same time, and Alu, our monk, was able to get into the room. So, for the person inside the room, they need to look for a cat toy ball. It looks just like this. Make sure you got your neck on, otherwise you can't see it. It is hidden under a pillow somewhere, so it can be quite tricky to reach. Once you've found it, click on it, and it will instantly kill you. Do not worry, this is part of the puzzle. So Alu's going to click on that any second now. Bang, there we go, Alu's dead. Rip Alu. So once Alu has died, he's going to be looking at his log to see what happened to him. You need to check this, as you'll have a number of how much the toy hit you for. This includes the absorbed and overkill. And what you need to do is you need to add those numbers up together. And why we need to do that is because we need a code that we're going to use at the later stage of the puzzle. Here's a little example. So we've got a 40,000 there with a 3,636 absorbed and a 20,000 overkill. So if we add that all up, our code is 63,636, which luckily for us is quite an easy code to get. Once you've got your codes, you all need to head over to the Court of Stars. That's the Legion dungeon shown on the map just here. Once you're in the dungeon, you need to head over to this part of the map. There will be a house, and I will show you a quick speed run of me getting there from the entrance. Right, so here we are at the house. You'll know you're in the right house because there should be 5 purple kitties in the house. So, right, on to the next puzzle. We've got 5 different kittens who need to be petted a certain amount of times. First of all, get a piece of paper, a pen, write down these names in this exact order. So Fluffy Muffins, Shadow, Mew, Ash, and then Bella. Now, we need to go back to the time that Alu died. Sorry, Alu. And we had that number, that code that we needed. This is the exact moment we needed it for. So ours was 63,636. So write the codes underneath the names of the cats in this order. And here we have it. This is our code. We have to pet Fluffy 6 times, Shadow 3, Mew 6, Ash 3, and Bella 6. Now, bear in mind, once you start petting one of the cats, they will get a buff, and each time you pet them, they will gain a stack. But the buff is timed. It will drop off after I think 10 seconds. This is why you need to coordinate it where all pets have their right numbers at the same time. I know it doesn't really sound like it makes sense. I will give you a good example here. So we got Fluffy with 6, and we got the other 2 that have 6. So each one of the members of the party will have a cat each. The ones with 6 will start petting at the same time, and as soon as the ones with 6 get to 3 stacks, the other 2 cats will start petting, and then at the same time, when everyone's done petting, every one of the cats should have their right number of stacks on their buff, if that makes sense. So, what if you got a 4-digit number? Well, that's easy. All you got to do is put a 0 in front of the number you got. So, I'm using 1, 2, 3, 4 here as an example. I'm going to put a 0 in front of that. The 0 is under Fluffy Muffins, which means Fluffy Muffins does not need to be petted at all. We've got Shadow with the 1, Mew, Ash, and Bella. They're the ones that need to be petted. Again, I'm going to use another example here of a random number. As you can see, Ash has a 0 under his. That means Ash does not need to be petted. I hope this makes sense. If there is a cat with a 0, then they do not need to be petted. If you've only got a 4-digit number, you put the 0 at the start. So here we've coordinated everyone with a cat, and we've done a countdown. I'm going to start petting my cat Mew 6 times. So here he is at 2 stacks. Here he is at 3 stacks. So the other 2 will be starting their cats being petted. And I'm just going to carry on petting him till he gets to 6 stacks. Here we are. Mine's at 6 stacks, so I've got to wait for the others to finish. Once all the cats have their correct number of stacks, they'll all run towards the portal. Make sure you've got your neck on, otherwise you won't be able to see this. And there will be a shadow ball spawning where the cats were. Click on that and you're on to the next stage. So now for the next puzzle. And basically we need to get all 5 people from one side of the room all the way over to the other. using these floating discs, and they have to be jumped on in a certain order. If you go back to the description for the Wowhead guide, the guide for this certain puzzle will be on there to show you which certain discs needs to be activated. I do recommend that you mark everyone in your group with a different coloured marker, and one person takes control of the whole thing. So for example, we had Alu, who was telling us where to go. So for example, if I had a star marker on my head, he would have just told me star left, and I've just gone left. And then he would go for the next person. So for example, the one to my right, he was told to jump forward one. I was just told to move to the left. And then he asked the other person to move left and then forward. So keep doing that all the way to the other side. There will be some point one of you will have to jump off the disc by pressing the leave arrow. It's not one of your friends trolling you. Don't worry, it's actually part of the puzzle, so don't worry about that. And once you got to the other end, you can all jump off and you'll land safely on the edge, and congratulations, you've done that part of the puzzle. Okay, so now you're on to the last puzzle, and probably the easiest puzzle of the whole thing. So you're nearly there, guys. So there's a bridge in front of you, and there's purple stuff all over the floor. As soon as you walk into that purple stuff, all it'll do is teleport you back to the start. You've got this little floating platform here you can click on when it gets close to you. That'll make your character jump onto the disc, and it will travel all the way over to the other side. But there's a catch with this one. It will stop in the middle, it will do a little scanning motion, and it will kick a certain person off. As you can see, it kicked me off, it dropped me into the pool, and I got teleported back to the start. Now, there is a legit way of doing this puzzle, but there is also a trick way of doing it. Jump onto the platform, wait till it gets into the middle, and then once it starts scanning you, and you know it's going to kick you off, spam the top of the platform as quick as you can with your mouse, and you will stay on the platform. I don't know if this is a bug, but it works. Just spam the platform as quick as you can, and you don't have to do the actual puzzle, which saves you a lot of time. Once everyone is on the other side, using the trick method, of course, open the doors, and there you have it. The mount is waiting for you to collect. Everyone needs to stand in a purple circle and click on the mount. It will channel a few seconds, and then you will all get the mount in your inventory. As you can see, Herbarium's got his mount here. He's very happy. Everyone can get into his mount. Now, there is a catch with this. You can only get in the mount with the people that you did the puzzle with. So if you helped another group with getting this mount, then the previous group will not work anymore. You will have a new group of people to have your mount with. Thank you all for watching. I hope you found this guide useful and understandable. If there's anyone currently in the guild that does want this mount, then please let your officers know or guildmaster, and I'm sure we can arrange something in the future. Goodbye for now.